Alright, is that better? Please say yes. Please say yes, it is better. Can you hear me now? Alright, cool. So what are you up to today? So you got any questions? What do you want to know? Oh yeah, that's cool. What do you think about my topic though? What I said? Do you believe in God? Do you believe that all religions are correct? Or are you one of those people that are arrogant and believe that God only talked to certain people? Humans can be the most arrogant of people, especially when they believe that God just picked one certain race to be the dominant race, which is not true. But all religions are correct, though. They all tell about a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they all prophesizes are very similar in nature. Yes, there's a lot of things that are in religions are the same, but one of the things that people don't see and they haven't realized yet is that there's certain numbers that are in certain religions that aren't in other religions. Like I think it's the Buddhists that believe that there's 81 planes, and if you break that down, most other religions believe that there are 9 realms. Well, there are 9 realms, but on each realm there are 9 planes. And with that means that equals up to 81. If you take 8 plus 1, that's 9. So you get 999. There's 13 dimensions on each plane. If you multiply 13 to 81, you get 1053. Which, if you 1 plus 0 equals 0, 1 plus 5 is 6, and then 6 plus 3 is 9. You get 9 again. That's why there's a significance in the idea that there's 13 planes on each plane. I mean, 13 dimensions on each plane. And science and religion, a lot of people want you to believe you can't believe in creation, you can't believe in science at the same time, which is totally incorrect. In order for God to create us, he would have to be the ultimate scientist, bottom line. And even scientists are talking about a God gene. Well, you know what? I've turned atheist, not into religious people as into like, but I've turned atheist to believe that there's a God. There is a God. If you take the scientific definition of what we were to believe to be one God, you can actually apply it to one thing. And nobody actually even thought of doing this. If you take the scientific definition of what we believe to be one God, which is reality. Reality is God. Bottom line. Reality exists in um, reality exists in the past, present, and future. Reality exists where I sit, where you sit, on this planet, any other planet, and this universe, any other universe, any multi-universe, whatever we can think of, God has already thought of. Okay, that's one thing. So that's omnipresent. Reality defies physics on a regular basis. That's omnipotent. We've already decided that reality is omnipresent, so it witnesses all. That means that reality is all-knowing. And then that's the scientific way. Now, if you want to go with the idea of why is there one God and there's a Trinity within the God, a tribunal, you take it like this. All right, mathematically, you cannot multiply nor take away anything without the number 1. You can go from 0 to 1 or 0 to -1. Okay? But you always start everything out afterwards with 1. So with that being said, we're all a part of God. Especially if we've decided that reality is God. So you got that, as well with the fact that within reality for the tribunal, you have good and evil. Whether it be Christianity with Jesus Christ or the devil, you have good and evil within inside of reality. And good and evil influences reality. That's 1, right? Then with 1 you have 2. After that you got the 1 and the 2, that equals 3. And that's why there's 13 dimensions. Because of the fact is that the 13 represents the idea that within 1 you have 3. Good and evil are all good and evil, whether it be yes. So as you can see, reality is God. You have good and evil with inside of God. That makes your 3. That's your tribunal. Okay. And 13 dimensions is what represents with the idea that within the 1 there's 3. That's why they picked 13 dimensions. So if somebody were to actually take all the math within inside of each religion and taking all the facts within inside each of a religion, besides the teachings that they were trying to teach, you could actually break down science to a point where that they never even thought of before. Because within inside religion is science. Now, if you take the 2, all right, so you got 1, you got reality, and within reality, good and evil influences reality. But who else does good and evil influence? You. You become the 1. So within inside you is good and evil, and whatever. That's how we get our freedom of choice, free will, because we can choose whether to be good or evil. What's really weird is it's so simple. It's right in front of our eyes. The problem is that the government wants to be in control over everything. Well, actually, man wants to try to be in control over everything. Yeah. Well, see, what people don't realize though, it's through our actions what that defines us. We are part of one being. Every single one of us. We're all connected. That's why every now and then you might come across somebody and you be like, I don't like that person. I've never met that person in my life. I don't know anything about them. But for some odd reason, I don't like them. That means as a collective, he has way more people that don't like him that do like him. So that's like, organized religion. Religion is not supposed to be about control. Religion was supposed to be about community, because within communities, within inside of community, you can get things done. When you're with like-minded people, you can get things done. That's what religions are supposed to be about. It's just the idea that man have turned around and used religion in order to control us. And what they do is they've taken certain things out of the Bible and mistranslated others in order to, because we got to remember back then words had duality. The Bible it is not a religion, no. The Bible is a guide. It's supposed to guide you, but at the same time, though, a lot of people use the Bible in order to. Yeah, the people have used the Bible in order to control us. Yes, that is so true. Which is funny because Jesus Christ wasn't even that big with religion. He wanted you to see him for who he was, which was the embodiment of God, but always to believe in God and that God is the one true God. And he also believed in treating your body as a temple, as well as the fact is that you can be godly or you can be demonic. That was really his teachings within inside the Bible. But the problem is too many people have taken what people believe in and used it in order to control them. They figured the biggest way to control the masses is through religion. You can close it. You live in San Diego? The main reason why a lot of people stray from religion is because of the fact of something that, from a personal pain. Oh, the Bay Area? Yeah, I don't know, I haven't really been there. But I do have that face that everybody thinks that they know. I've had girls come up to me, running up to me, hug me, and say, I haven't seen you in a long time, Dave. My name's not Dave. Oh, shit, no, it's not. I've received the gift of knowledge to such an extent that um, the knowledge that I know could be used for good or evil. Bottom line, God has given me a gift of so much knowledge of what is real and what is not, to the point of I know what's coming in the future. There's a lot of BS coming in the future, that's for sure. Especially if we don't take our government back. You know the worst part about it? You know the worst part about it is a, a lot of Christians will beat up an atheist over the fact that he's an atheist. But I've found some atheists that are they're really good people deep down. And that person that's a Christian that will beat up that atheist has nowhere near godly material when it comes to being godly, whereas that atheist does. So when it comes to Judgment Day, when God presents himself, when they repent, that's why he'll accept them, is because the fact is that they realize that he is there, and the fact is that they've done good in their life. It's through your actions that make you godly. Well, see, I can't even say that I'm Christian because I believe that all religions are correct. I have a personal connection to God to the point where I don't have a religion. My religion is him or her, depending on how he or she represents themselves to me, in order to teach me what I need to know at that time. Because God can take on any form. Like, say for instance, if I need a female's advice about love and relationship, God will come to me in a female. If I need adult type situation to get a fatherly information from, he comes to me in a fatherly form. Does that make sense to you? I hope that makes more sense. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? That when I need to know something about the female portion of my relationship with my woman, God comes to me as in a female form, and then when I need fatherly advice, or if I need manly advice, it comes to me in a fatherly figure. Does that make sense to me? Or to you? Okay. See, I'm basically on here trying to find like-minded people. And if I find enough like-minded people, I want to put a group together on Facebook of I've already started a community. It's called Community of Unity. It doesn't matter what race, creed, color, nothing. It does not matter about anything. It's about the idea of actually starting a community to have like-minded people who believe that all religions are correct, and to learn from each religion, to understand our surroundings a whole lot better, to a point where we can succeed in life, where it doesn't matter who the elites are. That's my goal. Because well, the reason why there's a lot of haters is because of either A, they pick the side. Well, see, I don't care about the haters, because in all honesty, they're whatever hate they throw at me, I'm just gonna sit there and eat it up. I want people to hate. They can hate on me all they want. I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing this for the people who have the like-minded mind, that can see through all the bullshit. And then when bullshit is thrown at me, I can sit there and tell them how it is. And bullshit is not a swear word, by the way. You shall not use God's name in vain. That means that you may not use God's name in a hex or a curse. Does that make sense? As in the idea to say, I ain't saying God's name, I curse thee for vengeance and this and that. That's what that means. But they throw it as the idea of swear words in order to sit there and throw you off of what it actually means. Because by using God's name, you can manifest almost anything. And how, depending on how much you believe in that curse or this and that, or even putting an inkling of a seed of doubt in that person with that curse, it can grow to, you may not even mean anything by the curse. You may say something just out of spite and not really mean it, but later on that curse grows. Because within that person's mindset, that it's already been implemented in there. And whenever you plant a seed of doubt, other people water it through their actions. And the more actions that they water that seed of doubt, it grows into that curse. And that's what that means. See, I talk to God on a regular basis. On a regular basis. Because I know that God exists. Without a doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind that God doesn't exist. Because I've already proven it. I've already proven it mathematically and scientifically. So you get this. You can say he doesn't exist, but even with the proof that's in front of you, you can't deny it. And I don't ever push the idea that God exists and on haters, because the fact is, if you don't see God, God doesn't see you. So when it comes to time of your judgment, with any type of data that is corrupt to the point of no return, what do? You delete it inside your computer. God will just delete them. I ain't got no worries. The knowledge that God has given me, it can easily be used for evil or for good. God has given me so much knowledge that if the government were to pick me up and question the shit out of me, I could do nothing but give them the information and hope that they would use it for good. I just know too much, and I need to start talking about it. I need to start letting people know that God does exist, and that basically not to fear, but to understand that in history, God has always been on the side of the oppressed. If you look at it, throughout history, God has always been on the side of the oppressed. All right, talk to you later. I'm gonna start playing DC Universe online. I'll be right back.